Assaults, harassments, and death threats have come to characterize the working conditions for many independent journalists in Nicaragua. WINSTON POTOSME, a video journalist in Managua, recalls the moment he was shot in the arm while covering an anti-government demonstration.
I tried to stand and couldn't. My arm had contracted. I held my arm and couldn't feel it. I immediately thought the worst.
Moments after being shot, other journalists rushed to Winston's aid and drove him to a private hospital. Winston says most of his colleagues have also been the targets of attacks. Miguel Mora is Winston's boss and the founder of 100% News. He says that since the unrest began, threats against his staff haven't stopped.
Being a journalist today is a matter of life and death. We've been harassed, shot at, angry mobs sent by the government to intimidate us. At one point we were under siege, unable to leave the building for several days.
Last April in the city of León, a radio station known for being critical of the government was set on fire, with journalists still inside.
The flames were so big, they burst through the front door and ignited the clothes on the attackers, as well as our security guard.
Walking through the charred remains of his office, Francisco Torres, an independent radio reporter, showed us where men armed with machine guns, explosives, and petrol canisters stormed the building. This is what is left of the offices of Radio Darío. The fire destroyed the roof and practically everything else. This radio station was one of the first media outlets to be attacked when the political crisis began, but acts of intimidation and violence against the Nicaraguan press continue. Attacks against the press have left at least one journalist dead so far. Government representatives, however, have ignored our requests for a statement on the matter. As the political conflict drags on, organizations like the Inter-American Press Association are calling on the Nicaraguan government to investigate and prosecute those responsible for attacks against journalists and their families. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera, Managua.